So I'm going to be sharing with you 3 main reasons why we overeat in the first place. And it has nothing to do with willpower, discipline, or self-control.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Hello beautiful, welcome back to Hello Weight Loss with DOB Fitness. I'm Diane, your weight loss and confidence coach, and I am here to help make your weight loss journey as easy as saying hello. No, I'm glad to say you tune in because this is going to be part 1 of a 3-part series that I'm calling How to Stop Overeating and Lose the Weight for Good. Now, this series is in honor of my free live webinar called Stop Overeating that I'm hosting on September 12th. So if you're watching this video before September 12th, there's going to be a link in my description that you're going to want to click. Because in this webinar, I'm going to be teaching you the problem with overeating, the mistakes that you're making, and 3, the solution to stop overeating. All right, so go ahead and click that link in the description box. If you're watching this after the 12th, then I will make that link the replay link and you'll be able to access that there. Now, overeating is one of the main things that's leading to weight gain. Right? It's the thing that a lot of us feel we can't control. It's kind of like you can't stop overeat, especially if you consider yourself a foodie. And if you're somebody that overeats, go ahead and leave in the comments, what food do you overeat the most? What food do you find it hard to stop eating? For me, it's Sunday dinner, rice and peas, especially when my mother put little sugar in the rice, you know, and it's, you know what I mean? Yeah. So go ahead and put that in the comment, and we're gonna dive right into why we overeat in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you how to stop overeating and lose the weight for good. But first, we've got to talk about why we overeat in the first place. Now, overeating is basically giving the body more food or more fuel than it needs, which leads to weight gain. If you want to learn more about how we gain weight, then you're going to want to check out my last video where I talk about how diets work and how we gain weight in the first place. Now, overeating is a serious problem. 77% of women overeat and don't know why. And it's kind of a situation where you can easily find yourself being frustrated, out of control. Sometimes you feel ashamed that you're unable to control yourself around food and you can't stop eating and you don't understand why. We're going to dive into some of those reasons why we end up overeating and gaining weight and what we can do about it. So stay tuned. So one of the main reasons why it's so easy to overeat is because of how our food has been designed. And I'm using the word designed very purposefully. Have you ever noticed that majority of the foods you consume have been created, not grown? I would say maybe 89% of our diets, or maybe more for some people, are from foods created in a factory. And this is a problem for many reasons. And the first one of which is that food manufacturers are literally creating these foods with something called a bliss point. So it's basically a food that has all the right flavors, the right amount of salt, the right amount of sugar, the right amount of fat that makes us want to overeat them. You ever notice that you can't eat just one Oreo? That isn't by accident, it's by design. Food manufacturers are making sure that we want more and more of these delicious foods. And what happens is, the next problem is that most of these foods have empty calories. So you eat 1, you don't feel full. You eat 2, you don't feel full. You eat 5, you still don't feel full. So you continue overeating, trying to satisfy your urge and satisfy your desire, and you end up overeating. It's so easy to overeat these delicious foods because they're designed that way. Now, they're designed this way because obviously the food manufacturers want you to buy more. Why would I just make you get full from 1 Oreo when you can buy 13 packs of Oreos? It's a business. The Oreo that you are eating is not your friend. It's a business. It's literally flour and sugar and salt and fat. Majority of these foods produced in factories are created to be addictive. That's why we're overeating. That's why you feel out of control, because the food was designed for you to feel that way and to want more. So pay very close attention to what you're putting in your body. Are you eating food that is created, or has it been grown? Let me know in the comments. If you're struggling with weight loss, is most of your diet food that has been grown or food that has been created? Okay, so the first reason is how food is designed. The second reason is how we are designed. As humans, we are designed psychologically to avoid pain at any cost and seek pleasure. Our brains are wired to avoid whatever pains is in our life, whatever we think is going to make us feel uncomfortable. We want to avoid that, and we want to find something pleasurable. So in today's world, there's so much discomfort. There's so much pain. There's so much to worry about. There is COVID, there is death, there is losing your job, there is stress, there is your relationship, there is work. There's so much happening all the time. We just want to escape. And what is the most pleasurable thing that most of us use to escape our lives, our emotions? Food, ice cream, cake, cupcake, Chinese food, any kind of food. It's so easy to gravitate to these things as our escape to avoid feeling any type of discomfort. So this is one of the other reasons why we end up overeating, because we know that these types of foods are designed for us to overeat in the first place. They're designed to keep us addictive. So if we're constantly avoiding our feelings, avoiding life, and seeking comfort and pleasure from our food, then we're gonna always be overeating. So in order for us to stop overeating, we have to figure out other ways to bring ourselves pleasure that doesn't include food. We've got to be able to feel our feelings. All right, so reason number 3 is really the reason why we end up gaining weight. And it is because our bodies are really proficient at storing fat. It's how we are made up biologically. We are designed biologically to store extra food as fat. Now, remember that modern food is actually designed for us to overeat it. It's designed to be addictive, and all of those empty calories cause us to eat more and store that extra food as, you guessed it, fat. And then on the next level, we're constantly seeking out food for pleasure to avoid the pain and discomfort of our lives, which causes us to overeat. So we're storing all of that extra food as, you guessed it, fat. So it's really the perfect storm. All of these things combined are causing us to overeat and to gain weight. And this is why a lot of people in the world are overweight. Can you imagine how many extra food you are carrying around on your body from overeating? Quite a lot. As I wrap this video, I want you guys to know that there is nothing wrong with you. There are 3 main reasons why we gain weight, and none of it has to do anything with your worth, your self-control, your willpower, or your discipline. It's just how we're designed as humans. So what is the solution? We have to be very careful about the foods that we choose to put into our bodies. We have to start seeking pleasure outside of our food, and we have to make sure that we are not overeating and oversupplying our bodies with energy from food. I hope you found this video very informative. This is actually going to be video 1 of my series on how to stop overeating and lose the weight for good. I want to remind you that I'm having a free live webinar September 12th. A link is in my description box below, so make sure you go down there and click to join that webinar. If you're watching this after the 12th, no worries. I'll make the replay available just for you. Please remember to subscribe, like, share this video with a friend. Let me know what you thought of this information on why we overeat in the comments below, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. I'm going to be talking about some mistakes that you can avoid to stop overeating and lose the weight for good. See you soon. Have an amazing day. Never did ready. You just gotta start clear.